So I just gotta make sure I have this right because I have people in my last video with Jasmine Crockett, saying that I took something out of context. Go find the full video. And I want to break this video down, and I also want to break down what she said in this interview as well to tie in my first point. And then we're going to read through some of the comments on the video that people had a problem with. Let's just go through it, right? Take your time. If you like Jasmine Crockpot content, you're gonna love this. All right, let's go.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Okay. And so this is the same woman that said this.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated, because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations.
So the video here, okay, I'll go through the comments in a second. The video here, she's trying to bring this point of how America was built off of immigrants. Okay, gotcha, makes sense. Okay, but then she lost me when she's trying to basically say, and it's a little bit of a racist like insinuation that she's trying to say, which is basically the migrants should be taking these low level jobs and black people don't need to be, farmers. And I don't know how black people even made its way into a conversation about migrants is what we should be talking about. It just didn't make any sense. And what she's trying to talk about is immigrants in the United States. However, unless you've been living on some form of a rock, right? We've had a migrant crisis under Joe Biden. Let's bring out our history books. Let's make sure our brains work. There was a migrant crisis under Joe Biden. And so we need to get rid of those migrants who came here illegally that she says it's not a crime. That statement right there is wrong. Which also, as a lawyer, which I watch some lawyer videos, if she's lying on that point, then the rest of her story you need to question. What is she talking about? Black people, we not picking cotton. We haven't picked cotton in a very long time. This mindset that she has, this race baiting mindset, I have never talked to black people about picking cotton, period, ever. Black people have jobs, they have families, they have businesses. I know lawyers, there's doctors. They're doing great things. What she's talking about is something in the 1800s, early 1900s, where we were basically, just a slave to the system. Newsflash, Jasmine Crockpot, it's a lot of black people taking advantage of the system because they understand the rules. And we have this in our hand now. We're in the information age. So everything I can figure out right now, and ChatGPT is the absolute cheat code. Let me go here to these comments. I want you guys to enjoy these comments with me because Lionel Atkins, I'm going to use my pronunciation here. Let me get over here. Lionel Atkins said, you just took what she said out of context on the first video that I showed you where she's wearing the blue. That's why you don't want to play the video in its entirety. And Lionel Atkins, he just said, you just missed the point. That's why Trump loves the uneducated. This is why your party has lost their message, first of all. That's why they don't appeal to the American family, right? Number one, I have been trying to find this video, the entire video. I have searched the internet. I've even asked ChatGPT, and I've even written like verbatim what she said for it to find the video, It's nowhere to be found. No one cares to hear this woman speak, man. I don't know if Jasmine Crockpotters in my comments understand. People don't care to hear her speak. I can't find the full video. And I'm a person that loves to play a full video, even a viral video, because sometimes, yes, you are right. Things can get blown out of context. But I've listened to enough of her stuff to understand that she's just doing things for clicks and views right now. Let's read another comment. It gets better, guys. Let's go to I don't know who this person is. Cuz something. He says you're pretty you're petty, you're immature, and I see that conversation went over your head about immigrants. And what I want to say to people who think like this, right? Because these comments are nothing but how people think, right? There has been an entire migrant crisis that we are still having to deal with. The fact that you guys are ignoring that there are gang members and people that have committed crimes against Americans is absolutely insane to me. You act like they don't exist here. You act like this is just some made up problem that Trump ran on. This lady is up here talking about immigrants. There are immigrants who came to this country that did help build this country. Unfortunately, a lot of blacks and my ancestors were slaves to this country. I understand that. But what we're talking about today are migrants. We're okay with immigrants, people that come here legally. No one has a problem with legal immigrants. That's not what we're talking about here. We want people to come here legally, come here, get their citizenship, go to school, raise a family, pay to the tax system, and do well. No one has a problem with that. We have problems with people who cross the border and they just think that America is their house and they don't have to do anything to come here. And then they come with a handout and an entitlement type of attitude. And then they get to take all type of things from our public works system, right? Social Security, out there in New York, they got prepaid cards. You don't get a prepaid card for food and shelter. That's what Eric Adams was doing. These things are facts. See, the thing when it comes to Democrats, it's so easy to break them down with just facts. We don't have to deal with emotion and how you feel and all this other BS. You just break them down with facts. And that's what it is. I want to read one more comment before I just end this video out because the backlash, and again, I like reading my comments. I don't get mad or upset about it. I actually laugh, and it creates more content. So I want to read. Is it Ronald Rogers says, "Do you got to be good grammar? Do you got to be the dumbest person I've ever met?" Which we never met, so I don't know what you mean. Have you ever seen to make those allegations towards that lady? Man, you need Hooked on Phonics. You just need Hooked on Phonics, bro. You just need to stay off YouTube and probably do a little bit more deep diving into other like tutorial YouTube videos on how to speak and how to really to talk around here. Because you got to be is not how you say that. I don't know if you've paid attention, Democrats, but Jasmine Crockett, she's on news stations for the wrong reasons. Okay? And I get that you guys are saying that you love her, right? I love Jasmine. I got people in the comments saying she's right. She's not acting like she's educated. And she's a lawyer. She's very educated. You guys tell me if the way that Jasmine Crockpot is acting sounds like someone who will be educated. No, it sounds like someone who's acting. And the funny part about it is when she gets voted out of her district by old Sheldon Daniels, paying attention there closely, brother. When she gets voted out of there, how many of you guys are going to care about Jasmine Crockpot when she's no longer on TV and doing things for clicks and views? None of you. You guys are going to move on to the next story and everything else. You know what you guys have to understand, and I'm talking to Democrats solely. This Trump phase that you guys are in, when Trump's out of office, you guys are going to look so silly. The things that you are fighting against Trump on, which are common sense issues, you guys look so silly. A lot of Democrats look dumb now, like Bernie Sanders, like Hillary Clinton. When it comes to immigration, Barack Obama. These people are hard on immigration. Nancy Pelosi, when it comes to trade and how she did not like the trade, unfair trade with China. Chuck Schumer, same thing when it came to tariffs and all of that stuff. And all of a sudden they're changing. There's actual evidence of them saying the same thing that Trump is saying now, but they look stupid because there's actual footage and facts of things that they were saying, but they just want to fight against Trump. When this phase is over, there's going to be a lot of dumb people after this. I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep it straight. I'm a straight shooter. There's going to be a lot of dumb people after this. You're going to feel real dumb when Donald Trump does a great job with the economy, stock market's booming, everything's coming down when it comes to, your cost of living. And he's taking care of other issues like the migrant crisis and stuff. And you guys are still talking about Trump bad, Trump bad. It doesn't make sense. But Jasmine Crockett, I wanted to react to the comments in the video just to let you guys know that I do see you. And some of these I laugh. And, some of you guys are so lost, man. You guys are really lost. And I can tell it's just because you guys hate Donald Trump. And here's the reality. Even if I hate something or someone, not hate, I shouldn't say hate. Even if I dislike someone, if they are telling me the truth, or if it is the truth, I learn how to separate those two things. Because facts are facts and real is real. And I'm going to take the real and I'm going to continue. I don't necessarily like everything that Donald Trump says. However, what he does, work ethic, that's what I respect of him. And then he's standing for common sense and he's doing what he says. See, this is a separate video, but even people like Barack Obama were saying what they were going to do about China and migrants and all that stuff, which actually Obama did deport hell of a lot. But a lot of the other people said they were going to do things and they didn't do them. Donald Trump is actually doing them. That's the difference. Let me get off this video. For all the Jasmine Crockpotters, continue to comment below and tell me how I'm MAGA and tell me how I'm, Uncle Tom, who actually is who's actually the hero in the book if you read it. But call me all type of names. Tell me how much you love Jasmine Crockpot, and I also want you guys to follow her race out in Texas since you guys love her so much. Do you actually love her enough to follow what she actually represents and what her policies are for her district? Or do you just like the fact that she's on the news and doing clicks and views and saying stupid things every single week? Because she's going to get herself out of there. Let me get up out of here. Oops. Like I say, after every video,
Audio Jungle.
Chess, not checkers. See ya. Work 2 times. See ya.